guys, this is Greg Doyle for Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat. It is prediction time. The fight I want to talk to you guys about takes place Saturday, the 6th of November. It is for the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world. It is between Canelo Alvarez, who is 56-1-2, and he takes on Caleb Plant, who is 21-0. Guys, thank you so much for coming back and tuning into another prediction video. Briefly in this video, I will give you a background into both fighters, I will give you my keys to victory, and finally I will give you my prediction. So let's start off with Canelo. Canelo really doesn't need any introduction, does he? Former super welterweight world champion, middleweight champion, super middleweight champion and light heavyweight champion. His legacy is already intact for the remainder of boxing history. Fantastic fighter who has only got better with age. Great wins over guys like Callum Smith, Gennady Golovkin, albeit two very close fights with Golovkin. The only blemish in the record coming to Floyd Mayweather. We seen him last time out, he fought Billy Joe Saunders, tricky fight, but he managed to work Billy Joe Saunders out and get the stoppage at the end of the 8th round with the eye injury. Before that, he's got, some really good wins over Callum Smith, Avni Yildirim, who was a mandatory defence, but he's dealt with all these guys very well, and I'm excited to see him back on Saturday the 6th. He takes on Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is 21-0, very tricky operator, very slick, good head movement. Won the world title against Jose Uzcategui, coming off of that points victory over Caleb Truax. He's also got stoppage victory in there over Mike Lee, Vincent Feigenbutz. Some really good wins on his record, Caleb Plant, and again, it's someone else who has came up through boxing the hard way, won the IBF super middleweight title, and continued to build in their career. Guys, if I can move over and on to keys to victory, I'll start off with Caleb Plant. For Caleb Plant, I think he needs to keep changing the angles with Canelo Alvarez and make sure his jab is effective. It's very difficult to see a blueprint to beat Canelo Alvarez because he was weight drained and very young when a certain Floyd Mayweather beat him, but I believe to stand a chance you have to start fast with a good jab and keep moving angles all the time to keep him guessing. Standing in front of him is not a good move, so for me he has to jab and move around the ring. For Canelo Alvarez, I think he needs to counter Caleb Plant in this fight. Sometimes Caleb Plant stays in a little too long in the pocket, trusts his head movement. I think Canelo has seen that with everyone. I think maybe people need to go back to like the Lara and Mayweather approach of jab, move, switch up angles to beat him. But yeah, I don't think that standing in front of him is going to do that, and I think that Canelo needs to look for the counter right hand over the top and work the body of Caleb Plant. Guys, over and on to prediction time. It's a really good fight, I'm looking forward to it. It always makes it better when you've got a guy like Caleb Plant who really believes in himself. I do truly believe that Caleb Plant thinks he's going to win this fight. Unfortunately, I don't. I can see Canelo stopping Caleb Plant, potentially in the second half of the fight. Worst case scenario, a very wide points victory. I see him being tricky for a few rounds, giving Canelo some problems, but I don't believe Caleb Plant is any more trickier than Billy Joe Saunders. I don't believe he punches hard enough to upset Canelo, and I think that's one thing you have to do to get Canelo's respect, is have a live punch. So yeah, my prediction for Saturday, the 6th of November, the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world, is for Canelo Alvarez to stop Caleb Plant in the second half of the fight or win a wide points victory. Guys, Greg Doyle, Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat. Please subscribe down below. Check out all of our social platforms. I will be back to speak to you guys again soon. Take care. Thank you.